Y'all are going to get a kick out of this. So y'all probably have heard people say that they have a problem when their food touches on their plate, meaning when they have multiple items on their plate, they don't like with their food touching. I forgot what that's called, but it's some kind of phobia, I'm guessing. Well, this guy is no different, but it's slightly different, and it does have something to do with food and it touching. But not touching on his plate, but touching in his grocery bag. Meet Bradley Bauer. And this story is coming out of 55. And this guy was so pissed with how the cashier dealt with his groceries. So like, remember how I was saying how like some people don't like their food touching on their plate. This guy had such a huge issue with the cashier for daring to put his groceries in the same bag as each other. So I'm guessing he wanted each of his groceries in individual bags and not have multiple groceries in the same bag, to alleviate having to carry so many bags. He got so mad with his cashier for doing that he reached behind that register and began to choke out the cashier. Now, when I first started to read this story, I thought it was fake. But when I typed his name into the Google search engine to pull up this picture, sure enough, a whole bunch of articles started to pop up from legit sources to confirm that this was indeed true. Let me go ahead and get into this article. Unhappy with the way his groceries were being packed, a Pennsylvania man allegedly choked a supermarket cashier whom the assailant accused of being careless with several bags of snack chips, according to court records. Wow, y'all heard that. So he was not only upset that they were in that bag together, but he was upset with how they were packaged. He didn't like how the cashier put the stuff into the bag. I wish I could be a fly on the wall to see how they were packed. Because most cashiers that I've dealt with usually put their stuff in the bag nicely. So unless this guy just kind of dumped or just tossed the stuff into the bag, I don't see what the big deal was. But let me continue. Bradley Bauer, age 55, is scheduled for an arraignment Wednesday on a criminal complaint charging him with simple assault, a misdemeanor, in connection with the February 2nd incident at a giant food store near his home in New Cumberland, a Harrisburg suburb. Now, listen to this. This happened back in February. And this article just now came out on April 1st. According to police, Bauer and his wife were shopping at the supermarket the night before Super Bowl Sunday. When they reached the checkout line, Giant employee Neil Lurch Jr. began bagging their purchases. But Bauer seen that right. Was it seen that right? Because it was his. I'm reading from the article, and his image is on the right side of the article. He was not happy with the way Lurch did his job and asked the cashier not to throw his groceries around. Bauer would later tell police that he purchased several bags of chips and that he didn't want to get them all smashed up. Bauer, cop says, added that the cashier put the bags of chips in with the canned goods and he was smashing the chips. Upon paying for his groceries, Bauer asked Lurch if he had a problem with him, according to the complaint. Lurch told police that Bauer said, "Do you have a problem with me? Because I have a problem with you." Thinking that Bauer was joking with him, Lurch said he replied, "Do you?" Police alleged that Bauer subsequently wrapped a hand around Lurch's throat and pushed him against a cash register. While doing this, Lurch said Bauer said to him, "You idiot." Cops responding to a 911 call noted that the cashier had a dark red area around his neck and throat that appeared as if it was turning into a bruising. Damn, this guy had a firm grip around this man's neck for it to do all of that. Lurch said that the pressure applied to his throat was not enough to make him pass out. During questioning, Bauer reportedly admitted grabbing Lurch around the throat and stated that he knew he was in the wrong. The 6-foot, 250-pound Bauer told police officers that he was having a bad day, and this issue with the chips just sent him over the edge. The confrontation, investigators noted, was caught on the store video system, which recorded Bauer grab and strike Lurch in the throat area and push him up against the register. Wow. All because of some bags of chips. And they like to call us unhinged and us unstable and call us thugs and whatever else kind of label they can throw onto us. Yeah, you got what this guy did. Like, I can only imagine just based on the details. But it's amazing that the cashier said that it wasn't enough to make him pass out. But when they got to him, they said his neck started to bruise. That man must have a very strong neck. That's all I gotta say. But if I was still doing my Thugs Everywhere video, and those of you who used to watch my original videos and were familiar with that series, this guy would be a perfect candidate for it, without the shadow of a doubt. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one.